In Korea, they say, how is your mind? Because the word shim means mind, but it also is synonymous with the heart. In sign language, the sign for mind is also the heart. In Arabic, khulud, al-khulu, refers to the heart and the mind, al-khulud. Yes, they're always in tandem. Now, you may wonder, am I talking about the heart or the mind? Correct. Is there really a difference? And even if we're business people, a few of you here are very good business people. Are we always open to the opportunities? Do we always see them? Or are we sometimes like this? Can you really separate how the mind is acting and behaving from the heart?
No, they are interconnected.
Correct. So can you say, I have a mind and I have a heart? أو أنا بفكر بعقلي وما بفكر بقلبي? Is this true, you think? People can separate them? Do you really believe that your emotional and heart state can be separated from your thinking, from your choices, from your decisions? When we see things, do we really see things as they are?
No, as we want to perceive.
There is the thing itself, there is the signal it emits, there is the sensor that captures it, and then there's the information processor, because the sensor senses, but it doesn't actually get processed in the same way. Because in the way comes your interpretation of the signal. What does the interpretation rely on?
Your personal experience.
Your personal experience. I realized this very early on, 20 years ago when I was in Argentina. In Argentina, they had what Lebanon experienced a long time ago. Multiple currencies, fluctuations, black market, blue market rate, all those kinds of things. And I lived there for a few months. And I realized my comrades who were all American said this was the worst place to do business. But Americans have a certain certainty and infrastructure and things that they take for granted, which I don't, because I come from a different region and I think very differently. So even my relationship with risk, with uncertainty, with fear is very different. And so that means when I was asked the same question, my risk analysis led me to think, behave in a way where I only found the evidence that proved my original disposition, which is risk is okay. But they were like, how can we get money back to America, currencies, bank situations, da-da-da-da-da. They found more constraints and more limitations than solutions because they weren't in my disposition. They weren't in my state. They were risk averse, not risk friendly. So do you actually think that your emotional state doesn't have an influence on the way you think analytically or try to make decisions rationally? Do you think your rationale is always something objective and separate from the way you feel or your state? I hope you enjoyed this clip. I like sharing content that helps people shift their perspective or their mind and state. If you'd like that, please subscribe for more.